What's going on, Iron Dogs? Alex from Inner War Strength here. Today, I wanted to say a few words about balance and moderation. But before we get into that, check out this sick war snapback and this killer embroidered red logo on this black minimal tee. Get them only from innerwarstrength.co. Now, the idea of balance and harmony and moderation is something that you'll hear quite a lot of in the fitness industry and the wellness industry. Let's say, don't eat too much, eat in moderation, don't drink too much, uh, don't do too much of anything. Don't lift too heavy, don't run too much, don't do this too much. Just keep everything kind of balanced. All right. And of course, there's some wisdom to that. I mean, you can't be going all out, balls out 24/7, right? That's just not realistic. It's not feasible. It's not sustainable as a strategy for anything, right? You can't be working all day, but at the same time, you can't be not working at all. You can't be training all day, and you can't be fucking doing max deadlifts every training session. That's just, it's not going to work, right? You're going to burn out. Um, but we have to be mindful of the stress recovery adaptation cycle. Okay, so um, the whole idea of stress and training is to create stress, is to create an imbalance in the homeostasis of your of you as an organism. Okay, so homeostasis is basically uh, the equilibrium of all the biological systems and of all the physiological systems in your body, right? So every organism wants to tend towards homeostasis. It wants to tend towards some kind of equilibrium, right? Where everything is just kind of in harmony. All the systems are in harmony with each other. Um, and every time you tip the scales a little bit in one direction or another, uh, that will create an adaptation where the body will want to return to that state of homeostasis. Okay, so every time you train, that creates a stress in your body. Your body adapts to that stress, and then it recovers from that stress, rather, and then the recovery creates an adaptation. Right. So every time you do a heavy set of squats or whatever, you're applying a stress to your body. Then when you go home and eat and sleep and rest, you recover from that stress, and then the next day, or over a period of several days or weeks, you're going to get stronger, and that's the adaptation that you have demanded from your body. All right, so for that adaptation to have occurred, though, you created an imbalance. You upset the homeostasis, the equilibrium in your body. All right, so um essentially, adaptation requires upsetting the balance. All right, evolution requires upsetting the balance. So we have to strive for to be in this area, right? And that's not just in training, that's in life in general. Okay. That doesn't mean you need to be creating problems for yourself all the time and having to adapt to new situations every single day and trying to create new ways for you to adapt to different situations, right? But just keep in mind that, like, every stressful every new thing that comes up in your life, every challenge that occurs, is an opportunity for you to adapt. It's an opportunity for you to upset the current balance that you're in order to learn something new. And learning is an adaptation, right? um it's a way for you, it's a new skill that you acquire, which um helps you survive or thrive in a situation that previously was unknown to you. All right. So this whole idea of life is all about balance. All right. No, that's bullshit. Life is about imbalance. All right. To a certain extent, yeah. I mean, there you should have a certain degree of balance in your life. I'm not saying you should, you know, work all day and not have any time for your friends or family or your hobbies or whatever. That's that's an example of imbalance. That's not healthy. That's not beneficial to you. All right. But what I'm saying is that you need to find these moments where imbalance is created, and that's what will help you adapt. That's what will create a stressor in your life, um, for that particular situation, which will help you adapt to that situation. So again, I mean, the whole idea of balance is, I think it's overrated, really. Generally speaking, on the macro level, sure. I mean, you know, we need to train, but at the same time, we need to have a little fun and we need to unwind a little bit. We need to recover, but that's all part of the stress recovery adaptation cycle, the way I see it, rather than kind of balance and keeping balance and moderation and all of that stuff, right? Do you think Genghis Khan cared about balance? Do you think Dorian Yates cared about balance? Or do you think Mike Tyson cared about balance? Right? Do you think people who are at the top of their game, all right, in every aspect, do you think these people care about balance? Do you think they care about their, work-life balance or any of this stuff? No, they don't. They are single-minded in their obsession with their goals. Single-minded. They don't think about anything. They eat, sleep, breathe their goals. All right? They don't care about balance. You think you think Usain Bolt cares about his health? You think he's like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't stress out so much. Maybe I shouldn't train so hard, I need to watch my health a little bit." No, he doesn't give a shit, right? He wants to win at all costs. He doesn't care about his health. Okay. Now, am I saying you should be like that? No, I'm not. I'm not saying you should be like that. These people are, these people are. The reason I'm mentioning them in the first place is because they are who they are. You know them. I know them. We all know them. All right, and we know them because they are so single-minded, right? Because they are elite level athletes. They are elite people at the top of their game. I'm not saying that you should be like that, but what I'm saying is that use that as an example in whatever aspect of your life you think needs work or whatever, okay, or any challenge that shows up in your life. All right, use it as an opportunity. Use this as an opportunity to learn something. I mean, there might be cases where, if you're like me, I can be obsessive about something sometimes, right? I can obsess over some things, right? If I have like a project going or something that I'm working on, um, I might obsess about it for an extended period of time, and then kind of everything else falls by the wayside until I'm done with that thing. You know, that's kind of an example of imbalance, right? But is it healthy? I mean, who cares? Does it work? Sure. You know. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on balance and moderation and all of that stuff. It's good on the general level and kind of on a macro level as general life advice, but be wary of too much moderation. Be wary of too much balance because it's also moderation is also mediocrity, right? Think about that for a minute. Anyway, I think that's all. Yep. Go and join the war against atrophy at innerworldstrength.co. If you like this video, like and subscribe, of course. If you think I'm talking shit, leave a comment. If you agree, leave a comment. Whatever it is, let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you in the next one later.